Disney Plus, for all the crap that I give it and all the crap that I give Disney and all that kind of stuff, Disney Plus is a pretty good streaming service. I do find myself going to it a lot whenever I feel like watching Shang-Chi, or I feel like watching Winter Soldier, or I feel like watching Empire Strikes Back, or whatever, or one of the classic Disney films. I really like having Disney Plus. I certainly love Hulu. I've loved Hulu before Disney Plus ever existed, but they're talking about doing something a little bit different. They're talking about introducing, because you go to the Disney Plus channel, they got certain channels within the Disney Plus, right? Certain sections.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Pixar section, the Nat Geo section, the Marvel section, the Disney Animation section, and so on and so forth. But each one of them is video on demand. Like if I want to watch Empire Strikes Back, I go into the Star Wars section, I find Empire Strikes Back, and I click on it and hit play, and it will play me Empire Strikes Back. But there are these other streaming networks known as fast channels. Things like Roku, things like particularly Tubi, and most prominently Pluto TV. That when you load up the app, it looks more like a cable channel menu. And they're running 24/7, right? So you click on, for instance, on one of my favorites on Pluto TV. Pluto TV has a 24-hour-a-day World Poker Tour channel. I'm a big poker guy. I like poker. So I'll click on it, and it'll just be running 24 hours of poker content, right? And there's something really cool about that service, because here's where it really becomes in handy. More and more of the streaming services are moving towards getting their money from ads.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen over the past year or two, Netflix, Max, and Disney Plus introducing ad tiers. So what a streaming channel wants more than anything else, well, is new subscribers. But after new subscribers, they want the people who are subscribers to watch as long as possible. With that in mind, according to reports, and this is coming to us from Engadget, Disney is looking to introduce new sections on Disney Plus that are just like 24-hour streaming kind of content, with the goal of keeping people watching longer so they get served more ads, hence equaling more money. This comes to us from Ed Gadget, who writes the following. Disney is reportedly planning to add a linear cable-style streaming channels to Disney Plus. According to the information, the company wants subscribers to spend more time in the app, which all streaming services want, and by offering more viewing options, it may entice users to stick around. In addition, by running ads on these channels, Disney could boost its bottom line. There are already a bunch of free ad-supported streaming, also known as FAST services, such as Roku, Pluto TV, and Tubi. Last year, Warner Brothers Discovery brought FAST channels featuring its shows and movies to Roku and Tubi. Disney itself has some FAST channels inside the ABC.com app, including ones dedicated to General Hospital and 2020, but none of those are inside a subscription service. So what the report goes on to say is that these FAST channels on Disney Plus would be one for Star Wars content and one for Marvel content. Now, if you're like me, the first thing that you ask yourself is, well, why? How would that benefit me? Because if I want to watch Empire Strikes Back, I'll just go into the Star Wars section and click Empire Strikes Back, right? That's the first thing I thought. Maybe that's the first thing you guys thought too. But the more I thought about it, how many people just turn on something to have it on?
Yeah.
That's
right?
it.
How many people turn on stuff on TV just to have it on? Yeah, watch it maybe with one eye while they're doing something else. They want it on and have it on in the background. We were in Vegas this week, and Ray ended up staying in the same room with me and Ann. And that was really prominent. Like, he came in and like HGTV was on, just because to have something on there playing in the background, right?
Yeah, I was watching A&D.
Oh yeah, your murder mysteries?
Neighbor Wars.
Neighbor War.
It's a new series. Check it out. It's just people being neighborly to each other.
Neighbor Wars.
In the worst way.
So once I thought about that, I thought, almost everybody I know does that. Even I've done it sometimes. I've turned on Pluto TV and put in classic drive-in cinema channel or the World Poker Tour channel or something else just to have it on playing and help me fall asleep or whatever.
And there's so much content on streaming. Sometimes you just don't want to choose.
You just want to look around for it.
You just want to turn it on.
Turn it on and watch whatever's there.
If it's okay, at least you'll leave it on, and then that's it. They choose for you.
And if you're a streaming service, now you plop in ads every 12 minutes. So somebody watches for 3 hours, right? You've just served up like 15 ads that otherwise you wouldn't have served up somewhere else. So, and you know what? It becomes discoverable too, because maybe you'll just turn on the Marvel channel. You don't know what you want to watch. You turn on the Marvel channel. It's like, oh, Iron Man 2. Okay. Right. It's just, I got to say, when I first read this story, I thought, I don't see any purpose for this. This is kind of dumb. And I was planning to come on the show today and talk about how this is the new dumb thing that Disney is doing. But the more I thought about it, I've actually done a 180. Now I think, you know what? It probably won't cost them much to do it. And they'll probably make a mint off this. So I now think this is a pretty good idea. So, Ray, honestly, this is on Disney Plus. Let's pretend you pay for Disney Plus and you had one.
Oh, yeah. So I'm over at your house then.
So you're over house watching for me.
He signed into his account at your house.
Yes. Yeah, you're over house sitting for us, watching the dogs or whatever. There's a good chance you might just pop on one of these channels just to have it play.
Look, the times that I've actually been there for a little while where I actually had to choose, I've just turned it to a channel that played The Office, like Comedy Central.
Yeah, I do that a lot too. Yeah.
This is going to be like that. Like, there's got to be people who love Star Wars and Marvel so much that they would, even if they've watched the episode over and over again, they're going to turn it to that channel because it gives them comfort. It gives them something, whatever. So I think just the choosing of what to watch is a big deal sometimes. Sometimes it makes my head hurt.
And sometimes it takes longer than the show itself.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes you longer to pick something than actually watch what you end up picking. Excuse me.
So with these live channels, with the fast channels, are they going to be like programmed like cable where it's like tune in at like 7 every day and X-Men 97? Or is it just going to be a randomized live feed?
I think it'll be randomized, but you'll be able to see, like if they function it like, say, Pluto TV, you'll be able to see, okay, on this channel, what's coming up at 8, what's coming up at 9, what's coming up at 10, and it'll tell you. And then what the fast channels will often do is like they'll have a programming for a day, right?
Yeah.
And they might have let's say a 6-hour program block, and then they'll repeat that program block on loop 4 times that day for 24 hours. And then the next day they'll have new 6-hour program loops.
And also something like this could give them a chance to give exposure to shows that maybe someone hasn't watched or blew off. Like just because it's playing in the background. Yeah. That's how I found Seinfeld. I was waiting for The Office to come on because it was a block of...
And Seinfeld came on.
And then Seinfeld was on, and I was just waiting like the 30 minutes before it started, and I was listening to it. I wasn't watching, and I was like, this is hilarious. And that's how I got into watching more Seinfeld.
And by the way, Ann and I just took Ray with us to go see Seinfeld live in concert on Friday night. I'm not kidding. I have never seen Ray Ora laugh as hard.
The guy is such a intelligent joke teller.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the things that we know that we do daily, but he makes a joke, and you're like,
he formulates his stuff so well. I'm just saying, I've never seen Ray laugh hard. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Harry's. You know, guys, in order to start the John Campea Show, I had to leave my high-paying corporate job in order to set myself up to be happier and enjoy more personal success. Because sometimes to get what you want, you have to challenge the status quo and blaze your own trail. And that's exactly what the folks at Harry's did. You see, at Harry's, they saw customers getting ripped off by questionable products in the shaving industry and decided to do something better. Harry's decided to pave their own road by making beautifully designed razors for a fraction of the price of the other big brands. Exceptional products, honest prices. That's Harry's. I have fallen in love with Harry's, from their foaming shaving gel that feels just luxurious on the skin, to their incredible razor that feels just as good in the hand as it does going over your skin. They've got rich, lathering, skin-softening body wash in scents like redwood, wildlands, and stone. You see, Harry's provides German-engineered blades made in their own factory that stay sharp longer. You can get a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover for just
just $3 at harrys.com/Campea. Don't settle for the status quo. Blaze your own trail with Harry's. Get started with a $13 trial set for just $3 at harrys.com/Campea. That's harrys.com/Campea for a $3 trial set.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Would you be interested in checking out? Would you sometimes just sit down and slap on one of their streaming channels that's just running shows in order or something? I don't know. I kind of am starting to think it might be a good idea. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.